Yo, what up, what up, what up, and welcome back to Pnoid News, man. How y'all doing today? It is a beautiful day out here in the white trash no state, right? And I just woke up, I'll be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I was awoken to this nonsense on my motherfucking phone from goddamn Tim Pool.
Night as I slumbered, I had a strange dream where federal agents were warning people that if they maintained their political opinions, they would be targeted and accused of crimes and they'd be arrested. When I wake up, I see this story. It actually came out the other day from Breitbart. Biden administration asks Americans to report potentially radicalized friends and family. If you see something, say something. We
Well, good thing for a channel like mine, you know what I'm saying, that let's be honest here, this dude doesn't really actually do his fucking job. Right? It's kind of an important thing, you know what I mean? Because let's be honest here, you know what I mean, this dude here is really terrible at what he does. I went and I'm all fucking tried to actually find, you know what I mean, what they were talking about. What you know what I mean, what the reality was. So I went and I'm all fucking you know what I mean, actually looked it up. You know what I mean? Because when you hear something like this, you get kind of concerned because I'm the type of dude who they would call radicalized, right? Most of us are individuals who they would call absolutely radicalized. So I was wondering, what is it that these motherfuckers are looking for? It's kind of important, you know what I mean, at the moment to really understand this mentality. So let's look. This here is an unclassified summary of DVE assessment, domestic violent extremist fucking assessments, right? All right. Domestic violent extremists are U.S.-based actors who conduct or threaten activities that are dangerous to human life in violation of criminal laws of the United States, any states, appearing to be intended to intimidate or coerce a civilian population and influence the policy of a government by intimidation or coercion, or affect the conduct of a government by mass destruction, assassination, kidnapping, as per the definition of domestic terrorism, 18 code, blah, 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 blah. Mere advocacy of political or social opinions, political activism, use of strong rhetoric, general philosophic embrace of violent tactics may not constitute violent extremism and may be constitutionally protected. While the majority of DVEs fall into one threat category, some draw upon or are inspired by radical ideological themes found in their threat categories. All right, so let's see what this is. Racially or ethnically motivated violent extremists. DVEs with ideological agendas derived from biases often related to race, ethnicity held by actors against others, including a given population group. Animal rights, environmental extremists, violent extremists. DVEs seeking to end or mitigate perceived cruelty, harm, or exploitation of animals, or perceived exploitation or destruction of natural resources and the environment. Abortion-related violent extremists. DVEs with ideological agendas in the support of pro-life or pro-choice beliefs. Anti-government, anti-authority violent extremists. Here's where we all come in, right? DVEs with ideological agendas derived from anti-government or anti-authority sentiment, including opposition to perceived economic, social, or racial hierarchies, or perceived government overreach, negligence, or illegitimacy. Militia, violent extremists, DVEs who take overt steps to violently resist or facilitate the overthrow of the U.S. government. That I have a bit of an issue with, right? Because violently resisting is not extremism. Legitimately, that's not extremism. If you're resisting what the government is doing, the government might have don't really have a leg to stand on. Because if you're just resisting shit, if you're not standing here, you know what I mean, trying to push your will on other people, you're just trying to say, I want to be left the fuck alone. That's a fucking problem. Government in support of their belief that the U.S. government is purposely exceeding its constitutional authority and is trying to establish a totalitarian regime, oppose many factors or many federal and state laws and regulations, particularly those related to firearms ownership. That's Waco, right? That's us right here. This is a bit of an issue because the government basically saying like, yeah, we know we overstep our constitutional rights. We know our constitutional responsibilities and abilities. We know that we're not, anywhere near where we're supposed to be in our fucking box, in our square. Right. And they're standing here going, you have no right to fucking tell us not to do something, though, because most of this population just wants safety. And, even though the individuals who founded this fucking country said, that like, you should never trade your liberties for safety. We're going to continue to do what we do. No, motherfucker. All right. No. And here goes Dip right here. DVEs who anarchists, violent extremists, DVEs who oppose all forms of capitalism, corporate globalism, and governing institutions which are perceived as harmful to society. Bruh. Like, again, well, that's back to me again. Like, I fucking absolutely, like, oppose corporate globalism and fucking, some forms of capitalism and, fucking governing institutions, right, that fucking uphold these bullshit ass fucking, systems which don't fucking work for the American people. See, this is the problem, right? Legitimately, this is the goddamn problem. Like, y'all know where the issues lie, right? Y'all know where these they're not having a real conversation with us. This is the problem. Right? And then sovereign citizens, violence, those who believe they're immune from government authority and laws. Again, like, this is the problem. If motherfuckers want to be left alone, you need to fucking establish an area where we all can be left the fuck alone. That's the reality. And then all other domestic threats, DVEs with ideological agendas that are not otherwise defined under one of these other domestic terrorism threat categories, including a combination of personal grievances and beliefs with potential biases related to religion, gender, or sexual orientation. Right? And that's the incel movement, transgender nonsense, whatever it is, radical motherfuckers. Because I want to make sure we cover this whole fucking thing. Because it's important, that individuals actually know what your government is doing. Right? And nobody else is going to fucking actually bring you the reality and bring you like the real shit about what's going on. But Tom Pease will, because I feel like it's important that you're educated, right? An educated electorate is motherfucking, like highly important. Like a well-informed electorate, is the most important thing we can have because, if individuals don't know what the fuck they're voting for, if people have no idea what's going on, you're just going to stand here and allow CNN and Fox News and MSNBC and, idiots on the fucking web who aren't going to do their due diligence. To just stand here and run roughshod over top of you and form your opinions for you. I would much rather you form your own opinions. Kind of important in the end of the day. It's kind of where we're at. Anyway, yo, look, man. Wanted to bring y'all this, and let y'all know what's going on. All right, I'm Tom Pease of Pnoid News, man. Like, share, and subscribe. Y'all know the deal. Make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you like this video. Share it out everywhere so everybody can actually hear what the fuck is really going on. All right, later.